Greetings and hello, Waynesville Yoga family. Welcome. My name is Renee, and this class is Gentle Flow and Nidra. So the first half of our practice, we are going to concentrate on gentle movements that promote linking movement with breath. So just real gentle postures. They're gonna feel really great, really relaxing. We're gonna enhance flexibility while we're also calming the mind. And this is a perfect complement to our second half of our practice, which is our Yoga Nidra. So for those of you who are not familiar, Yoga Nidra means yogic sleep. And what that means is we are going to engage in a deep meditation. It's going to keep your mind active, but the body is going to be fully relaxed in a final resting pose. And I will lead you through a guided meditation. So I'll get you all set up right before that portion of the practice. But right now, we will get started with our gentle flow. And with that, getting started with that, just a couple of housekeeping issues. And first and foremost, it's props. So I like to just have a set of props on hand, just your traditional yoga props. First and foremost, your blanket. This is great for cushion and comfort for the knees whenever we're in like tabletop, or if you're in any kind of position that puts any weight on your knees and you need that extra cushion and support, blankets are perfect for that. They also provide a little bit of height when you're sitting if you want just a little bit of elevation. And blankets are also really great when we get into our final rest and you get into your Shavasana. You might want to roll it up into like a neck roll, or you might want to have a blanket available just to snuggle up in, particularly if you find that you get cold during the final resting. Definitely great to have on hand so you can just snuggle up and be warm and you know, fall into that deep relaxation. So that's our blanket. The next prop I always like to have available is a bolster, and these are really great for giving you extra elevation in a variety of positions. So if you don't have a traditional yoga bolster available, always a sofa cushion works well. You don't want something as soft as a pillow. You're gonna need something with a little bit of heft to it, something that's got some support so you can stay elevated and you're not sinking down into the prop. But like I said, if you don't have a traditional bolster, couch cushions generally work really great. They've got that sturdiness in their cushioning. And then lastly, yoga blocks. If you don't have blocks, anything that's about the same size, that also has some sturdiness to it. So if you need it to support the weight of your body, you know, as you lengthen in a stretch or something like that, definitely great to have on hand. So again, not necessary to have traditional yoga blocks, but always good to have some kind of substitute, just something handy just in case you find you need it. All right, and then lastly, before we engage in our practice, I wanted to mention music. I'm a big fan of music during practice. We won't be having it here today, but if you have a favorite playlist or you know, some songs or some music that you like to have in the background while you're practicing, please go ahead and have that playing along. That's wonderful. I will say though that have whatever your player is or your remote or whatever handy, so you can either pause me briefly while you turn off the music at the end of the practice, or be able to easily reach your phone or iPad or whatever you listen to your music through. Because during the Yoga Nidra practice, you will want the room silent so you can hear the sound of my voice during the guided relaxation. Alrighty, and with that, we'll go ahead and get started in our postures. And our first posture will be Supta Baddha Konasana. So this can either be done flat on the floor, with your back flat on the floor, or you can set your bolster up into a little ramp, which is always kind of nice to be sort of sitting up a little bit. Either way, I think it's just kind of, I don't necessarily have a preference one way or the other. I just think it's kind of a personal styling thing. Some people like to be flat on the ground. Some people like a little bit of elevation. I'm gonna start today with a little bit of elevation. And go ahead and lie back on your bolster or on the ground. Bring the soles of your feet together and just allow your knees to fall out to the side. And if you're finding that when you're in this position that the stretch is a little intense and you want a little support for your knees, go ahead and take your blocks and put them there. And just use this time to settle in, center into your practice. Start to tune in to the sound of your breath. Let the noises and the distractions of the room just melt away. Let the sounds of the outdoors melt away. Just focus in on you. And get to tune into the feeling of your breath going in and out of your body. Coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. At this moment, I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. It can be one word, one phrase. It can be something that you want to accomplish by the end of the day, the end of this practice, the end of the week. It doesn't matter. It's yours and yours alone. And let this practice fuel your passion, your intention. Let it serve as motivation, focus. Let it be the first step to accomplishing something great. Beautiful. And take a nice, long, deep breath in. And then a deep, audible exhale out. Deep inhale in. And audible exhale out. And at this moment, begin to open your eyes and begin to let in the colors of the room. And very slowly bring the soles of your feet flat on the floor. And then take your feet about to the edges of the mat, and then just let your knees fall in towards the middle. Hold here for a moment. And now very slowly take your knees and begin to flow them from side to side in a windshield wiper type position. And on your exhale, take them down to the left or the right, whichever way your legs happen to be falling down. And inhale up and exhale to the other side. Inhale up And exhale down. If you're up on your bolster, don't worry about your knees touching the floor. It's not about that. We're just warming up the lower back and the hips. Just let those legs go side to side. Beautiful job. And on your next inhale, bring it back to center and hold here for just a moment. And if you have a prop, just take a minute to slide your prop out of the way so you can come to be flat on your back. And from here, begin to slowly bring those heels up towards your bum as we prep for bridge. And on your inhale, just slowly lift the hips. And then exhale, roll it back down. Inhale to lift. And then exhale to roll it back down. Now take a few rounds on your own. Again, very gentle movements. Just waking up the body, flowing with the breath. And if you want to add arms here, you can, on your inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. And then exhale, bring them back down. Inhale and lift. Exhale and release. Few more breaths here. Last one, inhale up. And then go ahead and exhale it on down. Beautiful job. And now go ahead and stretch your legs out long. And on your inhale, bring your right leg up towards your chest and pull it in. And just feel that nice stretch through the hips. Hold here for a couple breaths. And on your next exhale, take that knee and just turn it out to the right side. Beautiful. And if you want to just rotate that leg around a little bit, just to kind of continue more of that hip socket, go right ahead. Or you can just hold it still. And on your next inhale, bring that knee back into center. Take a deep breath and squeeze it in. And on the exhale, cross that leg over the body into a nice gentle twist. If you want, you can feel free to support your knee with a block. Don't feel like you have to go all the way to the floor. This isn't a deep contest. It's just about feeling the benefit of the stretch in the body. Now inhale back to center. Again, pull that knee in. And then on your exhale, go ahead and release that leg long. Just take a moment and just feel and notice how different the two sides of the body feel right now. And on your next inhale, bring that left leg in and hug it on into the chest. Remember to keep that opposite leg, your right leg, just planted down on the floor so you're not getting any like lift of the hip. Just keep that planted. Hold it here. A couple more breaths. Just feel that stretch in the hips. Oh, it feels so good. Low back. This is giving me a life right now. Ooh. And then take a deep breath in. And on your next exhale, take that leg out to the side. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Again, if you feel your other hip lifting, other side of your body lifting, press it back down to the ground. Hold it down with that right arm. Just feel that stretch. Oh. Love, love, love. This is one of my favorite series of stretches. So good for the hips, the thighs, the lower back. It's amazing. On your next inhale, bring that knee back to center. And on your exhale, cross it over the body. Go ahead and lay that other arm, your left arm out to the side. Again, if you want to support your knee, we're still pretty early in the practice, so you might not have a lot of looseness in the lower back. We're just getting there. We're just opening up right now. So if you want to support your knee, the block, go ahead. What you want to make sure is that your shoulders are flat on the ground. Don't worry too much about this knee touching the ground. That doesn't matter. But feel free to use a block if you want to. Beautiful. And on the next inhale, bring that knee back to center. Take one last squeeze here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Stretch it out. And then exhale and lay that leg long. Again, just take a moment. Feel the equilibrium on the two sides of the body. Beautiful. Now from here, go ahead and a couple ways we can come up to a near seated position. So you want to, you can either plant the feet on the floor and roll up. Some folks like to rock and roll up. Either way. But what you want to do is come to a seat with your soles flat on the ground. And then we are going to set up for a couple of rounds of boat pose. So go ahead and set those feet flat on the floor. You can take your hands, place them on your knees, and just start to lean back. And you're already beginning the core work by just having that long line of energy from the crown of the head up straight through the back. You want to just make sure that you've got this straight here and you're not crunched up. Beautiful. And you're fine to stay here. If this is enough work for you, that's totally fine. But you can always intensify if you want to. Again, this is a gentle yoga practice. Intensification is not a requirement. But if you want to just take it a little bit deeper, you can raise those arms. And if you want to take it a little bit deeper from there, you can raise those legs. There's some other variations you can do, but we'll just hold it here. Or wherever you land on this spectrum. Beautiful. And breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful. Now bring those feet flat on the ground and then come all the way up. So you're up in an upright position and then come into easy seat. I'm going to turn so I can face you all, but you can just be facing the front of your mat. If you like a little bit of elevation, go ahead and grab your blanket or block or even your bolster if you want to sit on that, just to get a little height in the hips. And go ahead and find your easy seat. Beautiful. And sit up nice and tall. And then on your next inhale, raise your arms up. Then exhale, bring those hands down to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down to heart center. Inhale it up. Exhale, down to heart center. Beautiful. Adding on your next inhale. Go ahead and take that right arm, plant it on the ground and lean over to the side with a beautiful side stretch. Excellent job. Now inhale it up and then exhale it on over to the other side and stretch it out. You should feel a nice long stretch all the way down the side body to that hip. Beautiful job. Breathe into it. Excellent. Now inhale those arms up. Now just take a moment. Make sure you're not crunching the shoulders up when you're inhaling. So just take a minute here. Just slide those shoulders up and then slide the shoulder blades back down the body. Beautiful. Get a little more lift in those arms. Then on your next exhale, just twist it over to the right. Remember, I'm not mirroring you here, so go ahead and turn to your natural right. And inhale it up and twist to your left. And just go ahead and move a few rounds with your breath. Beautiful. On your next inhale, let's meet in the center. And then on your next exhale, bring it down to cactus arms. Just arch the back just a little bit. Don't flare out the ribs, but just arch a little bit of a back bend. Beautiful. Now inhale it up. Then exhale it back down to cactus arms. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus arms. Beautiful job. Inhale it up. And go ahead and release those arms all the way down. Just take a few moments here to just move the neck side to side. And then find the center. And then just dip your ear towards the right shoulder. Stretch that left arm out a little bit long. Beautiful. And inhale it back to center. And exhale to the other side. Stretch that arm out long. Beautiful job. And inhale it back to center. And then just here, take a few breaths, inhaling the shoulders up and exhaling them down in one direction. Some nice shoulder rolls. Go ahead and move to the rhythm of your own breath. And then exhale. On your next exhale, start to move in the opposite direction. And then your next exhale, just find some stillness. Plant your hands on your knees. Just take a moment, just notice how the body feels in this moment. Beautiful. And now, from your seated position, go ahead and roll over to hands and knees. If you have any props that you need, go ahead and grab your blanket if you want blankets for your knees. And then here, start to cat-cow. So inhale, dip that belly, lift that chin. Then exhale, arch that back, push it out. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One last time. Inhale, cow. Make this your best cow. Really feel how that feels in the body. Then exhale, arch that back out. Beautiful. And then come on down to a neutral spine. From here, take your right leg and lengthen that out to the back. And this might be enough for you here, or take your left arm out and stretch it long. And then on your next exhale, bring it in and crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Last time, inhale, extend. Hold, hold, hold. And release it on down. Beautiful. Other side. Stretch that left leg long. And if you'd like, bring your right arm out. Stretch that body long. And inhale to extend. Then exhale to crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Hold, hold, hold. Reach long. Get that nice long line. Fingertips to the back. All the way through those toes. Go ahead and release it down. And then from here, just go ahead and take a moment and sink your hips back down into child's pose. Go ahead and have your arms long if you'd like, or you can bring them down by your side. Take a few breaths here. Beautiful job, everyone. Breathe and relax. And your next inhale, come on, back up to hands and knees. And a couple of options here. We're going to go into low lunge. So from here, you can either just bring your legs forward, or for some, they prefer to lift those hips and come up into down dog. Lift that leg and swing it through. However you get there, it's fine by me. And then here in your low lunge, go ahead and inhale those arms up. Careful not to flare out the ribs, but you do want a little bit of a back bend. Beautiful job. Then go ahead and exhale back down to that knee. And then bring your hands to the floor. And then plant your left arm. Raise your right arm up into an easy twist. Beautiful job. Breathe here. Beautiful job. And on your next exhale, bring that arm back down. Plant your left arm solidly. Kind of bring your back knee up a little bit, and then just turn over to a supported side plank. Beautiful, hold here. And you want to make sure in your side plank that you're really getting that crunch in that oblique. So really lift with the right arm, lift that hip. Beautiful. And bring it on back down to the floor. Excellent job, everyone. And then from here, again, you can just bring your left leg forward, or you can lift the hips into your down dog. Inhale that leg up, you're in down dog, and go ahead and step it through to your low lunge. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Again, be wary of that rib flare, right? You don't want to be splayed out like this. You want to have the ribs in, but you want to have a nice arch in the back. So the feeling is in, the sensation is in the back. It's not coming from here. It's coming from back here. Beautiful. And exhale. Come on down to your fingertips. Plant that right arm. And go ahead and lift on up into an easy twist. I'm going to switch sides. My ear piece fell out. I'm just going to switch sides so you can see me. Beautiful. And again, the arm up, that full range of the twist, coming from the shoulders all the way through. And on your next exhale, bring those hands down. If you need to scrunch that knee up, if you're in a really deep lunge, go ahead and bring that knee up a little bit so you can comfortably move into your side plank. Beautiful job. Stretch that arm up straight and long. Lift that hip. Feel that action in the oblique. Beautiful job. And on your next exhale, go ahead and bring your hand back down and come back into tabletop. Beautiful. And from here, go ahead and move your knees back a little ways on the mat so you can roll all the way down to belly. And then plant those hands right by the shoulders, right underneath, and then just come into a little baby cobra. Beautiful. Hold and breathe here. And then exhale it on down. Beautiful job. And then from here, take your arms, bring them back behind your back, and link those hands, those fingers, and then inhale and lift up the shoulders and those tips of the toes. Come into locust. Remember to breathe here. This pose is super great for the immunity system. And then exhale it down. Beautiful. If you'd like, go ahead and bring your hands into a little pillow. Go ahead and lay your forehead down. Excellent. And then for our last posture in the back bend series here, go ahead and raise your head up and come up onto your elbows. Now you want to make sure that the tips of your elbows are a little bit forward. of your shoulder line. So you get a nice, beautiful back bend here. Come into your Sphinx, look straight ahead, chin up. Beautiful. Beautiful job, everyone. Couple more breaths here. I love this pose. It's one of my favorites. Just feels amazing. Beautiful. And on your next exhale, just go ahead and lower back down. Hands under the forehead for just a moment. And go ahead and bring those hands back by your shoulders. Come up into your tabletop and then sink those hips back into your child's pose. Just feel that nice release of the low back. Beautiful job. And then on your next exhale, come on up to Thunderbolt pose and just have a seat on your heels. And again, just take this moment to just feel how your body feels. Just notice any differences in sensation, looseness, tightness, whatever you may be feeling at this moment, just acknowledge it and welcome it. It's your body, it's alive, it's enjoying this wonderful flow in this practice. So just give it a moment to celebrate. When you're ready, go ahead and slide your feet out in front of you and turn back this way. Stretch your legs out wide. A wide leg forward fold. Now a couple of options here. You can feel free to use your prop, or if you have availability in the hips to come on down. But feel free to find a way that you can relax into this pose for a moment in a way that feels comfortable for you. So inhale and lengthen that back. Exhale and fold it on down. Beautiful. And for some, you can always feel free to set the bolster up and just place your forehead on the bolster. If you have a lot of tightness in your hips and you're working on loosening that up, that may be the posture for you. You may want to just come down here so you can rest and relax in more of a restorative action. Or if you want to get a little bit more intensification out of the stretch, you can always come down to the floor. Whatever works best for your body. Sometimes it's nice, particularly if you're hypermobile, to not go all the way to the end, right? All the way to your deepest stretch. Sometimes you want to come to like 80% and just feel that stretch in your hamstrings, in your low back. You don't always want to go to the deepest position. It's not, being hypermobile is not, is not something that you want to exacerbate with your yoga practice. Beautiful job. From here, when you're ready, begin to walk yourself up from your fold. Go ahead and slide your prop out of the way if it was there. And bring your legs together and come on down and roll down to your back. We are back close to where we began. And here, take a moment here just to settle in. And then we're going to revisit our bridge, but this time we're going to hold our bridge. We're not going to do bridge lifts. So bring those heels up close to the bum. Plant those feet. On your next inhale, raise those hips up. And if it's available to you, bring your hands underneath. Get some nice height. Bring the shoulders underneath the body. Couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Release those hands. Slowly roll the hips down to the ground. Beautiful job. And then from here, go ahead and bring those knees into the chest. Just give yourself a hug. Feel that low back release. And then grab the soles of the feet for happy baby. Just feel the low back release. Sometimes a nice rocking here is nice. A little back massage. Stillness is nice. Whatever your body is feeling that it's needing as we prep for our final resting pose in our Yoga Nidra practice. So go ahead and sink into that happy baby. And then from here, if you want to stay here in this position, that's great. If you want to do a little fish pose or legs up a wall or whatever you feel you need to just sort of prepare the body for your relaxation. And then take a moment here. Your next inhale, hug those knees into the body. And then on your exhale, release those legs out long into Shavasana. Now as we transition into our Yoga Nidra practice, I will give you the option of finding the position that is most comfortable for you. You're going to want a position that you can lie in for about 20 minutes or so. I'm going to sit up on my bolster during the practice. And again, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you find that you need a blanket so you can stay nice and toasty warm, go ahead and snuggle up in that. You need to pause the playback for a moment just so you can settle in and get ready for our practice. Go ahead and do what you need to do. And as you settle in, just close your eyes. And just begin to, again, as we did at the beginning of our practice, tune into the rhythm of your own breath. And just let your eyelids just flutter close. Just release any tension or gripping that you may be feeling. And let your body sink into the floor. Get comfortable. Go ahead and shift and wiggle a little bit, whatever you need to do so your body can settle deeper into the ground. And take comfort in this moment, at this time, and know that everything is okay. Nothing else matters right now. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just simply feel your body and listen to the world around you. Don't worry or become agitated if you don't hear everything I say. It's natural to flow in and out of conscious hearing during this type of practice. Just know that the deepest part of you, your core self, is always listening. And whatever you experience today, this practice is working for you. There is no wrong way. You are safe in a protected, held space. Come into stillness and find deep rest, deep nourishment, and feel your natural breath flowing through your body and allow your bones to become heavy. Feel your bones becoming heavy and sinking into the earth. Feel as though you're lying on the sand at the beach. Just sinking into the sand, supported by the earth, holding your body up. Take a moment to revisit your intention at the beginning of this practice. And repeat your intention to yourself 3 times silently. Allow your heart to envelop that intention. Allow it to sink and melt into the tissues of your body. Allow your awareness to travel through your body now. Just imagine the feeling of each part of your body as I mention them without moving. Just lie still and welcome the sensation. Starting with a point between the eyebrows. Mouth, your jaw, lips, the upper lip, and the lower lip, and where the lips are touching. Then the inside of your mouth, the roof of your mouth, under your tongue, your upper teeth, your lower teeth, the root of your tongue, the left inner cheek, the right inner cheek. Outside cheeks on your face, your right cheek, your left cheek, the tip of your nose, now just feel all of these feelings as a whole, coming back to the center between your eyes. fullness of the inhale and relaxed by the warmth of the exhale. Inhale and feel the fresh wave of air moving through your body, bringing a sense of calmness to every cell. And as you exhale, just imagine a wave flowing through, of warmth, carrying away any excess thoughts. Inhale, coolness and serenity. Follow that breath through the chest and into the abdomen. Then exhale, calm, relaxation, warmth. And as you notice each inhale and exhale, count your breath up to 10, with an inhale and an exhale being 1. As you finish your 10th breath, take a nice cleansing inhale and a warming, relaxing exhale. Without judging or trying to change anything, just acknowledge any feelings and emotions that are currently present within you. If you notice something specific, like tension, for example, just acknowledge how it feels. And then release it and let it go. And as you breathe in, feel where that breath pools in your body. And as you exhale, release it and let it go. Now take a moment to notice any thoughts or memories or images that may come to mind and arise. Just being completely non-judgmental about whatever comes up for you. Don't attach to it. Just acknowledge it. And then release it and let it go. great joy and peace for you. And then just linger here and imagine and remember all the details of that memory. The sounds, the smells, the voices, the heat of the day or the coolness of the evening. Just be in that moment. Just notice for a moment how you feel after dancing in that wonderful memory. Just how it feels in the very tissues of your body. Ever so slowly begin to introduce a little life into your fingertips and in your toes. Just go ahead and wiggle those away. And if you're ready, just begin to circle the wrists and the ankles in one direction. And then go ahead and move them in the opposite direction. And if you feel ready, stretch your arms up long over your head. Just stretch your entire body long. Hold here for a moment. Go ahead and roll to your side. It can be your right or your left, whichever one feels great to you. As you lay here on your side, again, just take this moment to notice how you feel, how your mind feels, how your body feels. And take your hand and go ahead and support yourself up to an easy seat. And if you can, keep your eyes closed, or if you prefer, you can just soften your gaze. You can place your hands on your knees or bring your hands to heart center. Just take this moment to express gratitude to yourself for taking time out of the day to practice here with me. Setting aside this time for you to connect your mind and your body. Taking this time to set an intention for you. And I would like to thank you for taking time